All right, guys, welcome to the Cross and Pro Show. We want to thank everybody for jumping on. It's been a crazy week. I heard you've had some big things happen this week for you too, bro.
Me, no, it's been a quiet week for me so far. We'll see what happens though. So far,
It's been pretty quiet.
yeah, so far. Other
Okay.
than, unless we're talking basketball already, then yeah, the world fell apart. But luckily, I'll just claim Orlando.
We were bringing that up too.
Yeah,
So um, this week, obviously the Mavs acquired Kyrie Irving in a blockbuster trade. I don't know what they call it as a blockbuster.
it was
But
backbreaker. That's what should have been called.
yeah. So tell me what's your thoughts on that?
It's just like I can't however anyone feels about Kyrie.
Right.
The guy can play basketball, but let me tell you something. He also thinks the earth is flat. So take everything he says on a scale of, do you think the earth is flat or not? If you think the earth is flat, then fuck it. Ride with Kyrie on all the bullshit he spews. If you think the earth is a fucking globe like normal people do, then all right, cool. Let's fucking get on about it.
Now, let's talk about Kyrie on the court. What I mean, I know this is a huge disappointment for the Brooklyn Nets to lose. Not only did they lose Kyrie, but they also lost Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
Not Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant.
Well, you bring Garnett up, but here's the thing: is so in Jason Kidd went to the Nets. I think it was 2000. I just looked at it. 2002, 2003, maybe.
Right.
He went to the Nets 2001, 2002. I happened to be in 6th or 7th grade. I started following the Nets in the beginning of that season. They got good, so I was a fan since 2002. We had Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin. There was Shaq and Kobe. Then there's Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. The whole time the Nets were just like, we need a center. We can't compete with Shaq and Tim Duncan, blah, blah, blah. Whatever happened, the owners didn't want to pay people. The fuck, they had Vince fucking Carter in that mix at one point. Jason Kidd, one of the all-time great point guards. Richard Jefferson, he's up there. Kenny Martin's up there. They're not all-time greats, but Vince Carter is an all-time great. And that's before you get to Brooklyn and add Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. And no, we still don't. There's still no championships. Nope, still none. Nope. Yeah, I just said Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. No, yeah, still no championships. And then Darren Williams just got doughy the day he signed a contract and stopped playing basketball. And then we were like, yeah, we'll get Durant and Kyrie. And then Durant was hurt, and I was already in the back of my mind. I was like, oh yeah, this isn't how things work. Imagine you had to start a relationship, but you could only text each other for a year. The wheels are going to fall off. No one's going to survive that. So Kevin Durant not being able to even play in his first season with the Nets, with Kyrie being Kyrie, I was like, oh, we're already fucked. And then COVID happened, and I can't be mad at Kyrie for not wanting to get vaccinated because I get it. But and then we had James. It's just crazy. It's just one of the worst run organizations I've ever seen in my life.
Now, as a Mavs, coming from Dallas as a Mavs fan, I think this is huge for Luka to have Kyrie come in. Now,
Luka's going to be miserable within 6 weeks. I promise. Kyrie is not. Luka will be miserable in 6 weeks. I'm telling you. There's so many different reasons. I won't put all of them out there, but there's going to be some shit. I'm say it. You think Kyrie's going to be happy that a white boy's number one? I guarantee he's not. I guarantee you he's not. He's going to feel disrespected because he's never going to be number one.
Here's what I'm thinking. So one, we have Jason Kidd as a coach. So Jason's worked with both. He's worked with both Kyrie and he's worked with Luka. I think that regardless of what I know that all the off the court antics always ends up playing off on the court too. It always shows up somewhere. But if Kyrie, right now, Kyrie's got one choice. right? He's not locked into a contract with the Mavs, right? He's not. He's
well, and that's the Mavs. They didn't pay a very high
right,
price for a few month rental, so
right,
they were smart there. Mark Cuban's not completely crazy.
right. So here's the deal. So
You're
if Kyrie doesn't play to his potential, then he's gone in the offseason. You know
he'll play to his potential as long as he plays, and like he doesn't find some reason to not be on the court. He'll play to his potential. It's just gonna be he'll do something. I mean, he'll do something. We're talking about Texas. I guarantee Texas and Kyrie's political views don't all line up. He'll say something.
And take off the fans.
He'll say, yeah, he will. It's like when he's ready to get at when he doesn't like a situation, like he just starts like saying little things, doing little things, and just gets himself out of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think if the two of them could work together, on the court, that they make a dangerous duel.
Yeah, oh, for sure. If it works, I mean, 110%, they could end up working. If Kyrie can buy in, they can end up working really well together. Mark Cuban might actually be the guy to get Kyrie to buy in. Mark Cuban, he might be able to be like, listen, man, I understand you have cares and you have this and this, but you're also a businessman, and like he may be able to get Kyrie to buy in. Honestly, he might. We'll see. But also, I will say, I mean, I like Kyrie. He's a phenomenal basketball player. I'm upset that it didn't work out. Like, the video thing was a big part of why I guess he wants to leave the Nets. He didn't feel supported by them. That's a lose-lose situation for the Nets. That's like when we're talking politics on that scale, that's no win for everybody involved. Whether he should have posted that or not, whether he knew what he was really posting or not, I don't know. I'm not gonna. Kyrie has a track record of having out there. He thinks the earth is flat. Right. I started with that. He thinks the fucking earth is flat. That's what you're getting with Kyrie Irving.
My son was the same way. My son's like excited about having him because of the player he is.
Yeah.
But he's like, conflicted with
all
that stuff. Yeah. I mean,
I think he could possibly behave for 4 months and they could compete for a championship, but now you got Kevin Durant in Phoenix, so who knows?
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to follow. So hopefully we get another championship. But I think the other thing is with Kyrie is if it doesn't work here in Dallas for Kyrie, I think his career's over. Nobody else.
Oh no, it's not. Someone will say he's just got to go be the number one guy somewhere by himself. He'll never win any championships. He's just going to collect.
But no one's going to pay him the money he's looking for.
Someone will. One of these scrub teams will, especially if they're just like, we don't even have to. Like, he doesn't even want to win. He just wants to play for a lot of money. Like, we're not going to win anyway. Some of these teams don't even have the money to really compete. So, shit, man, you bring him in to sell tickets or something if he behaves well enough. But he hasn't. We for the most part, depending on what you say and do, we're pretty forgiving these days. We have a short-term memory, so even if he does piss the fans off, he'll hit a game-winning three.
Well, I mean, look at LeBron did the same thing in Cleveland. Ticked everybody off in Cleveland. Yeah, and eventually,
LeBron broke their hearts. He didn't act up like Kyrie does. LeBron just broke their hearts. He was like, that was like their Anakin, basically. He was the chosen one. He went to the dark side twice on those motherfuckers.
Right.
That sucks. At least he got him the chip, but yeah, he went to the dark side twice on you guys. It's like that's like your dad left twice and came back. Like, that's how serious LeBron James is to Cleveland sports. They've had title droughts for however long now. Like, he was like their messiah, their sports messiah, and he left on you guys fucking twice. Whew, that's fucked up. And the first time he did an hour-long presentation and made you think he might stay. Imagine that. Imagine you text your girl back, "Are we over? Are you staying?" And then she just was like, "Oh, watch me talk about it on TV for an hour, and I'll let you know." That's why people hate LeBron.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm skeptically optimistic, is what I'll say. Yeah, I'm hoping that that Kyrie works well with Luka. and they can pull out a championship. I
Truthfully,
think that,
I don't blame Kyrie. I blame the Nets. I don't blame Kyrie in the least bit. Like he's Kyrie, he's eccentric, but like it's the Nets. Like I said, Jason Kidd, Kenny Martin, Richard Jefferson, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo. Granted, they were past their prime. Vince Carter, KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Devin Harris, Darren Williams. I mean, fuck KG, Harden. Like I don't blame Kyrie. I blame the Nets. It is the curse. It is whatever it is.
right.
I don't know who they sold their soul to. I'm saying it's the curse of
Half of those,
Drazen Petrovic, who passed away back in the day. He was a
right.
Net. He got in a car accident. It's the curse of Drazen. Only thing I can think of.
Yeah, half of those guys you just mentioned came where either from or went to the Mavs too. So, yeah, Vince Carter win a championship with us, and then I think the kid will be able to pull the two together. Hopefully,
I think we might get a story in 3 weeks that Jason Kidd choked Kyrie in the locker room. Like there's a chance Jason Kidd he's gonna start drinking again. You better watch him. He's caught a Dewey before. You better watch him. He's on AA watch. He better start going to meetings now just in case, because Kyrie is gonna.
He's gonna push his patience.
But it's how people are weird. So like you had Kyrie in Brooklyn, and like he was, I think pretty early on they weren't crazy about the Steve Nash hiring, and it the whole thing didn't work altogether. He'll go to Dallas in a similar situation, and for whatever reason it'll just work. Like life just works that way sometimes. Sometimes certain people do mesh and other people don't mesh. Like one was an all-star point guard, this one's an all-star point guard. Like what's really the difference?
Right.
The difference is Jason Kidd don't play that shit, and Steve Nash is probably a little bit more California soccer boy, and Jason Kidd's more let's throw down then, bud.
Right. So speaking of stars, we have a great show today because we have an awesome mutual friend that's going to be joining us. So for all you guys watching, if you guys want to ever blame somebody for the Cross and Pro show, this is the guy you got to blame for it.
That is true.
Because this is the guy who introduced me to Pro. So any complaints that you have to complain to this guy. So this guy is responsible. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring on our friend Kris D Roberts. What's up, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing great, man. Thank you so much for being on the show, brother.
That was so
appreciate you having me. Formal, huh?
That was very.
What's
going on, man?
Not much, bro. Good to see you guys.
You too.
Good to see you, man. So, like I was saying, man, you are the guy who's responsible ultimately for the Cross and Pro show. Because for a lot of you guys who don't know, the very first person I met out in Florida, through the
We're getting there.
acting community. Yeah, exactly. You guys are getting there. But the first person that I met out there was Kris. And then Kris introduced me to everybody, man, pretty much.
Heather, everybody. I mean, and then it just went down from there. Shout out to Heather Fraley. Thank you.
Yeah. So Heather, Jonathan Montez,
Jonathan, Joe Fame.
Joe Fame. We just got to talk. I just finally got to meet Joe Fame. We talked to him like
great guy.
Yeah, awesome. So and then you introduced me to Pro, and we had Pro on the show, and then now Pro and I are doing a show together. So, like I said, that's full circle, man. So it comes back to this man right here.
How about it? What a state to claim.
Chris.
So we want to bring you on, man, and we want to catch up with you. I know that you've been doing, working a lot, man, out there in Florida. But when you and I first talked, you kind of just started, dabbling into and getting into acting. That was probably about a year ago. Close to
I would say right at about a year, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's been talking about all the stuff that you've been working on, And then, of course, I've been watching your posts, and man, things have really taken off for you.
Yeah, I've been fortunate, Parks, to manage to land some roles in, shorts, features,
right,
trailers, what have you. Meeting a lot of great people. Every opportunity to me is a learning experience. Having only been involved a little over a year now. I'm a sponge. I want to be there and learn.
So let me ask you this: in the past year, how many films have you done so far?
Well, on my IMDb, I think it shows 20 credits. But there again, one was a commercial,
right.
Maybe a couple music videos. But yeah, quite a few films, shorts.
Look at him. The groupies are already texting him over there. He's got messages. He's already got fans like, "Oh my God, you look so good on the live stream."
It's hard work. It's hard work, bro.
It doesn't stop. It does not stop. Especially if you're on the social media. Like, oh man, if you're not on the social media, like grind, just sharing and updating and posting, that's 24/7 if you want it to be.
Right.
Bringing up my filmography here.
So,
20 titles.
So Jonathan just said you've been killing it the last year. So
I've been following Jonathan. Jonathan keeps me motivated. I don't know about you guys. I'm always, I love his quips, his motivations. Great guy. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. That's one of the things I love about Jonathan. He's such a inspirational and just a motivational person. I mean, every time you go onto his website or his Facebook, he's always got some kind of inspirational quote,
some kind of wisdom tidbit. Yeah,
right.
The positivity is exhausting at this point.
Well, and every little bit helps. Somebody needs that in their day. You know what I mean?
His consistency is truly impressive. Honestly, like. I don't know if he misses a day, but his consistency at it is truly impressive. I don't know who he has to have a ghostwriter. Like, who has a ghostwriter for motivational inspirational quotes? There's no many he has. Sometimes he does more than one a day. There's no way he has 365 inspirational quotes on deck like that out of his brain. That's insane.
Sometimes they hit right at home too. And like I said, somebody always needs to hear that. And it's, and I know for the person that's doing the posting, sometimes it could be like, but is anybody feeling it? You know what I mean?
You always got to remember, Jonathan knows you, so he could be talking directly to you.
Yeah.
Or me. Or probably it's
Jonathan's
possible.
Watching.
He could be saying it with you in mind. You never know.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully it's one of the positive ones and not one of when people treat you bad. You just got it, and it's just like, damn, he was talking about me on set the other day.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
What's funny about it, too, is that now they're just coming up with these quotes, but where does he come up with the time to do it? Because he's doing like a ton of movies at the same time.
Because the guy will literally call you and you'll hear clink in the background because he's getting sets in, he's getting reps in, so that's how he just doesn't stop. Kris too, probably you need to get you an Apple Watch or something. You'll just be doing your curls and just
It's funny, man. I'll go get an incline bench and sit down with 2 sets of dumbbells and just sit there and go till I'm tired, and then I'll roll over and do push-ups. I mean, I just fall off the bench onto the floor.
That brings me to a question for you, Kris. So, and I noticed this that you and Jonathan seem to have like a similar like daily routine, because you guys still hold 9 to 5 jobs, you still find time to work out, and you're doing movies. How do you guys manage all of that?
I'm glad you asked. I think maybe I need some Xanax. I don't know. It's just you stay wide open.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a methodical person.
Right.
So routinely, getting up, going to work, and it's like after work, I still have this energy.
Right.
So I'll go into the gym. But I mean, as far as filming, it's basically been a weekend venture. There have been a couple roles that I'd travel on a weeknight, and you know, I try not to, because usually these roles they'll have you a couple 100 miles in North Florida. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's tough on a work day, but I've done it.
It really is crazy. Like, you go to set on weekends and you're like, oh, you know, is this what you do? And someone's just like, oh no, I do any job in the world Monday through Friday. I just do this for fun, for hopes that it works out to something or something. But a lot of people, it is just for fun. Like, so, I mean, some people, like, I find if someone's in it as like more of a profession outright, it's like a technical person, like your DP or sound guy or something like that, because there's a specialty there's equipment and everything like that. But like, even, I mean, on the weekends, a lot of times those guys are there for free and they just shot shit all week for not free and not for fun, and this was now just for fun.
Sure, it's passion.
It's crazy. We're all crazy.
So let me ask you, Kris, what keeps you motivated?
Well, you know, just the idea that every next opportunity is a chance to be in a better place, a better role, you know, as like in progression of, you know, from being an extra to filming a movie trailer and then going into a fight scene with Damian Chapa, you know, shout out to Damian, Michael Ocherino, Team Ocho. Anyway, you know, just having the foresight that maybe, you know, you never know who you'll meet on a set. You know, you never know what could mesh. I mean, you know, there's possibilities, and you got to think out of the box. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm on a movie set, I'll look around and I'll look at all the talents, you know, the fellow cast members, crew members, what have you, and I'll be like, man, these people got the goods. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm seeing it now, just being around for a year, you know, people's progress. I enjoy seeing people progress.
Right.
Boom. That's what keeps me motivated. When I see this guy here getting the role, when I show up to a movie set and there's Pro Slacker doing PA work, you know, it's just, it's the life, the, you know, the mojo of it all.
Right.
So fun too. Sometimes I don't know Kris is going to be there, and they're like, oh yeah, Kris will be, like, you know, they're just start naming people off. A lot of times, like, I don't know someone's going to be there until like the day I get there. I'm like, oh fuck,
sure,
it's exciting.
It's always a surprise. Exactly. Yeah.
Kris hung out in the mansion. He was there. We were
the mansion was
it up
down there in the movie theater.
Right. I heard the mansion was really a really nice place.
It's probably the highlight of my life so far. So,
Listen,
I mean, our highlight of the last 3 months.
Very good production, Preston Walden. That was a well done project. And thank you for having me. I enjoyed being on set.
So what
yes.
And that was the Truth About Monsters? Which one was that one?
Yes.
Truth About Monsters? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Preston and to Heather Fraley.
Heather, certainly.
Yeah. All the people that was involved in that film.
A lot of cast. I remember getting there and looking. I looked this way and then looked this way, and there's cars. You know, that was a big set.
There was like a good 60 cars there. The neighbors were not happy.
Wow.
The neighbors were the type of people, they weren't happy if you stood on their sidewalk. So I can't imagine.
It was a mansion, so I mean the neighbors weren't exactly hood.
Well, right. So I mean, it's
yeah.
I don't look like I'm stealing anything, do I?
I don't think any of us did. And if they would have said anything, you know, there was enough of us.
If me, so we were gonna
you guys want to turn it hood quick?
Nah, too old.
Quickly. I like it.
Too old for all that, unless it's on set.
So, Kris, let me ask you this: in the last year, you know, with all the stuff you've been doing, what has been the biggest highlight for you this year so far? I mean, you still got a lot to go, but what's been the biggest?
Well, when we're talking the spans of the year's time,
right,
that I've been involved, and not necessarily this calendar year,
Right.
It must have been working with Damian Chapa on Mexican Connection, a role that JP Gates cast me in. It was, if no one is familiar, Damian Chapa was in Blood In, Blood Out, as well as numerous other Street Fighter, Under Siege 2. And plus he's directed and produced his own movies. But finding out that I was going to be in a fight scene with him, right. Because when I was a teenager, I enjoyed watching Blood In, Blood Out. It was just my mentality in that time in my life. But anyway, to know that my first ever film scene was going to be against somebody I kind of idolized as a teenager was a pretty big deal to me personally, anyway.
Right.
You know, and it was a great time, man. It was a well done thing. And JP is from Britain or over in London, you know.
Right.
So I got to meet some international film people, which was great. And, you know, we still communicate and still collaborate.
Right.
Right.
So let me ask you this too. Now I know that you detail cars and you're heavily into cars. Is that another passion of yours?
Well, you know, I don't want them to know that, but yeah. I was just thinking that this morning when I was rubbing on Porsches and buffing BMWs and driving Corvettes. You know, I mean, this ain't a half bad gig,
right? I can see you hosting a show, like a car show, like a television show, you know, about like cars, you know, either, you know, introducing new vehicles or like one of those race.
Maybe I'll start selling cars instead of cleaning them.
You could, but you want to be an actor. I
would like
every day. So you are an actor. You're acting. I'm saying like progress. You know, so you're hitting the gym every day. You need to be putting yourself on TikTok. Like I'm telling you, middle-aged dude, ripped, teaching people like, oh yeah, you want to do this and this. I'm serious about this. Like you will get a following. I guarantee it. I see people doing knuckleheaded stuff, but in like an enlightening way. So like, oh man, I'm telling you, crush it.
I was watching you know, it's like IG and Instagram and stuff. I don't do it a lot because, you know, I mean, I've always been on Facebook, and it's like when I go to Instagram to post something, it goes back over to Facebook, and you guys already see enough of my posts.
You know,
it stacks them up.
Yeah, I'm not Instagram to me, like the interface or something about it is just always just feels jumbled and confusing, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm out. It just all just looks the same. Like
you know, I'll slip in occasionally to like everybody's stuff, you know, and then I'm out.
You know, you said that we all see your stuff. Gary V, man, he says you got to post like 8 to 15 times a day or some shit. So just put that mug up there 20 plus times a day.
Yeah, man.
Got to be shameless in that game.
Well, you know, and that there is motivational too, because knowing that every time I step into the gym, you know, I mean, granted, I'm not the healthiest guy there is, obviously, but I've been working at this progressively over the past year and a half, committed, like, you know, if not daily, every other day. And I enjoy what I'm doing. You know, I'm feeling better. I've lost 40 pounds since I've been in Florida. So, you know, it's kind of obsessive, but again, it's the routine of it. I'm a very routine person. I like the same thing over and over. You know,
right.
Some would say it's boring, but to me, it's exciting.
Right. Yeah, I flail without a good routine. I need to be up at the same time every day, coffee at the same time every day, work. Like I can't, if I don't have that structure in my life, I apparently fall apart. So judging by the last couple months.
So yeah, man.
Fine. Everything's fine.
How's things been going for you guys?
Oh, fucking wonderful.
Excellent. Staying busy, I see.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah.
We're trying to. So, Pro and I've been working on some things to help expand the show. So we got some things we're going to be rolling out pretty soon. We have a website, and kind of what we wanted to do is we really want to be able to tie, all these communities together, because we work with the the community out there in Florida, and we're running into communities in other cities and states. And so what I'd like to do is kind of introduce you guys to each other so you guys can expand and help sell each other's projects and be on each other's projects.
Network.
And kind of expand your guys' platform where you guys can come in and sell your project. No, sell it, but promote your projects, through the Cross the Pro show. And of course, we've got tons of other things we want to do with Cross the Pro too. We got some other events coming up. So yeah, the show's growing. So, and that's another thing. If you guys are on the channel, if you could, for us, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that helps us to be able to get this out there and to help you guys, because the bigger that we are, the more people that we're reaching, the better opportunity we have to get your guys' projects out there as well. So definitely. And then we always want to hear from you guys. That's why we started doing the live shows too, is because we want you guys to feel free to jump in and ask questions and interact with one another. That's the whole point, is a network. And you got people like Kris, who's just like a great person to to be able to come in and ask questions for, especially if you're someone who's starting in acting. If you get a chance, go back and watch Chris's story. On Crossman Productions, and I think, Pro, you've done an interview with him as well, haven't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, go back and definitely check out Chris's story, because it's an incredible story. It's an inspiring story, and seeing where he was, where he started, and the things that he went through, and where he's at now. I mean, it's awesome. It's incredible. I'm proud of you, brother, for all the stuff that you've been able to accomplish in in that short period of time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
So, Jonathan said that you did a great job. Let's see, what movie did he just say you just did? All right. Let's see. Was it Late? Oh, yeah. Amazing job on Late.
Oh, yeah. That was fun times. Definitely fun times.
And Dylan said that he says Kris D Roberts, a.k.a. Father Mullins.
Father Mullins. Yeah, that's a role I just we shot this past weekend, Orlando. Father Mullen in Surviving Jehovah Genesis. Check it out. Santo Suave. Appreciate you, Fuego Sonic Film family. Appreciate you, Rita. Appreciate you, Johnny. Victor. All of you guys. Thank you. You made for a good night on set last weekend. Great job. Well-oiled machine.
So Kris, Let me ask you this. What's some of the movies that you just wrapped up? I mean,
recent?
Yes.
I've got a film coming up. I want to say the 18th. I got it all written down over there, out in the car. Nefarious with Joe Fan. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to try to get into this role of. There's another one coming up. Poker Room, I believe it is. Dylan Michael Swan. Kisses. He asked me to blow him a kiss. Anyway, in that one, I'm a roughneck with this guy. Roughneck. It's Poker Room.
Right.
Whatever might I can't say too much, but anyway, Uncle Sal, shout out. Johnny G, appreciate you. Looking forward to meeting some new people on these upcoming shoots too.
Right.
Every opportunity to meet somebody new in this industry is exciting. Sometimes I'll get to the film set and I'm pretty standoffish, but at the same time, generally, I'll open up a little bit. I'm kind of like a clam. It takes me a little bit.
So let me ask you this: if you if you could play a character like your ideal character, what would it be?
You know, as far as a character type, it's tough. I don't know. I've struggled with that. And there's, you know, people that can help you type your character. I've played villain roles. I've played police roles, soldier roles. You know, I'm blind as a bat, but without my glasses, I need to get contacts. I feel like I have, you know, the villain look, if you will, the bad guy, the real crazy neighbor over there. You know what I mean? Kind of role. But anyway, I've liked any role that I've had the opportunity to play, obviously. But when it comes down to push to shove, I'd like an ideal diehard tough guy, ex detective, rogue, something like that.
Right.
Or an agent of sorts, some sort of law enforcement.
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
You know, I could see you in a role like Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? Like in a movie with fast cars, like one of these guys that, you know,
right.
The Vince
got grease under my fingernails and putting air in a tire.
Actually,
you know,
sitting here with you now, getting a little Michael Rooker vibe. You know, that's not a bad spot to be in. That's a classic all-time horror movie bad guy.
What I got called? I get called Robert Patrick on occasion. That's always a good one.
Who's Robert Patrick?
Hold on a second. Let me tell you the story. So they have apparel lines that are looking for brand ambassadors.
Right.
So I commented, "Hey, I'm an actor." I says, I'd love to rock some of your apparel. And I got people coming under me saying, "Calm down, Terminator 2, Robert Patrick." Okay, now you know who Robert Patrick is. I believe that's his name. But anyway, he's the what is it, T-1000, I think, or
right,
the opposite.
Yeah,
the bad guy.
Right.
But anyway, you know, and it's like you get dozens of people laughing with them, and you hate you turn off the notifications for it because you keep going back and people are just laughing at you, and you know, it's like, whatever. I says, "How many films are you in?" That usually shuts them up.
Man, it's not bad to look like somebody, especially someone who is wanted for freaking TV shows and movies and stuff. That's
a
good
mean?
Thing.
It's a good thing. The look has definitely, you know, and that's a lot of the motivation for the gym. You know, I've been on the treadmill. I still run even though I smoke. It's not as easy. And it's, you know, and it's not as easy as it was when I was 35. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in May.
Fuck,
so you know,
34 and a half. If I tried to run right now, I'd die. I'm already dead thinking about it. So you're doing very
well. That's the thing, and I'm at the point in my life where I need to start making these decisions. You know, right. if I'm really honest with myself, you know what I mean, and just try to do something different, and you know, get on Xanax. Because nicotine is bad stuff. But anyway, okay.
Here's the thing, though. Like, realistically, I don't know. Probably a startling percentage of the world is running around on something. And, like, people who, like, smoke cigarettes or something, like, people just aren't cognizant of the fact that just drugs aren't drugs. Like, food, shopping, gambling, sex, alcohol. There's 10 million, more than 10 million vices in the world. There's people who and realistically, there's people who give up like a bad vice and then they become completely obsessed with like fucking knitting and they do it for like 12 hours a day or some shit. They're not
basket weaving.
They're not hurting people or themselves realistically anymore. So no one cares about that. So like, you know, I mean, like it's cigarettes. If that's what makes you happy to get through the day, but it's going to take some years off your life. Fucking man, 75, I'm out. I got 30 years.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I got 35, 40 years left. I'm out. Fuck, that math was hard for me.
Wow.
I don't want to wear a diaper for. Like, what are we doing? No. By time diaper time, I'm done. Out.
Yeah, it's peace.
For what? Like, the purpose of life wasn't to live as long as you could. The purpose of life was to further society, not be a shitbag, have some fun while you were doing it. It wasn't to live to 100. Like that was never a thing. That we are doing that just to challenge humans and see what we're capable of and see what we can do. For fucking what? For what? To be in a diaper and have to have someone shower you just so you're like, no, there's no point. There's no point. That's so silly.
I'm gonna be 100
Pro.
still interviewing people.
Get your ass in the gym. You won't have to have anybody tote you around.
No, man, by the time you're my grandfather's 95, 96, something like that, and he's probably he got a better blood pressure than me right now. But
Wow.
Right on.
My BP's good, but that man is he is a horse for all things considered. But
yeah, right on. Life is good, fellas. Life is good.
You know, and it seems like the older generation, they can endure a lot more than what our
yeah, I'm a pussy compared to the guys who went to war, of course.
Right.
Well, you know what, fellas? Even me, I'm 45. When I was in grade school, I'd run trap lines with my dad before school out in the snowy hills and shit.
Right.
And I'd get off the bus at 12 and split firewood, you know, to heat the family house. So try to get a kid to do some shit like that now.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I wasn't. I know. I was terrible.
God love you.
Now. So Rick said he's looking forward to seeing you in poker night. He said you're going to rock it.
Seen that. Thanks, Rick. Looking forward to meeting you guys and being on set.
Rick, send me that beast costume, man.
What?
Rick, send me that beast costume. Rick, you also told me you were editing, but that's all right. Lying sack of potatoes.
And Dylan's want to say he can't wait to work with you, Chris.
Who said that?
Dylan Swan.
Nice. Dylan Swan.
Yeah.
Who's that guy? I'll tell a quick story about Dylan Swan. We were on set for Surviving Jehovah on location up there in Groveland, and you know, he wants to bust out the tape and measure biceps. And I'm thinking to myself, calm down, kid. Jesus, I'm 20 years older than you. Well, we measured up about the same. He kept asking everybody, whose is bigger? And then we measured him, you know, and then, but his is more cut. Everybody was saying. I was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, but
you're awkward.
And I mean this with the utmost respect. Dylan ain't got that old man strength. You're 45. You got old man strength. So you're in shape. You are. Plus you got you're there, man. 45, 50. You're getting there. You can body people, you know, just for no reason. Parks, you got it too, man. Well, something will happen. You'll run over there and fucking pick a car up. It's the weirdest thing, man. The older you get.
I don't know about all that.
No, I'm telling you just got to be put in the situation. Old man strength. You turn into like Hercules, Superman, all mixed into one.
Man, so Dylan just said too that he mentioned it earlier in the comments that you had bigger biceps than he did.
Oh, he did he?
I mean, hey, he's in the comments. He claimed it. I can respect the hell out of that. That's actually hilarious.
If that kid got in the gym, he's got a bright future. That's you know, I got him on board a project, and you know, he's been a pleasure to work with and be around ever since. You know, he's really adamant. He's got the goods, and I'd like to see him get in the gym. Get in the gym, man.
So take him in there. Take him in and be a personal trainer for him.
I don't think that personal training business is in the cards. I got to detail cars in the morning.
Right.
Rub on Mercedes and such. Shout out to Mint Motors, Fort Myers, Florida.
We're going to move up to Atlanta. We're going to open the detailing business there, where there's all sorts of TV execs and shit getting their Maseratis and Mercedes and stuff detailed. And then we just got to become their guys, you know. They're like, hey, I got a guy for that. And we're like, oh, we're the fucking guys you got for that. What else you got? And, you know, hey, read this script. 3
years ago, my bucket list was driving a Lamborghini down Miami Beach. I'm getting closer.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. That's right.
3 years. Man, that's a long ass time. Give me 18 months.
So you said in Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, why not? That's where like, a lot of TV and shit like that,
Right. We have a group of filmmakers I just met in Atlanta that we're going to be bringing on the show. So there's
Park's sitting on a gold mine over there.
Parks is like
he's got the plug in Atlanta already.
It's like he's the leader of the zombie apocalypse, but it's not zombies or the apocalypse. It's networking in the entertainment industry. Like he's just like, no, yeah, I got to camp out there already. We set up a tent down by the river 3 weeks ago. We've made contact.
So look, we're looking at Florida, Little Rock, Kentucky, New York, LA, and Atlanta.
Nice.
We got Australia if we want it. If we tap into Australia, we can get some Australians.
Way over the pond.
Yeah.
Way over that way.
I got to get you hooked up with Anastasia. You haven't been on the Anastasia show yet, have you?
No, sir, I have not.
Yeah, you would love Anastasia. So I got to get you hooked up on her and get you out there in Australia and on her show.
Wow, Australia.
Yes.
Nice.
So she's really incredible too. She just got through
Crikey.
She just got through interviewing Jasmine Vasquez.
Jasmine, excellent interview, you guys. I watched that. Heather, excellent interview. Man, so many excellent interviews, guys.
Yeah, we just had Jonathan on with Heather too. So I mean, it's Joe Fane was on. We've had just a lot of amazing guests. We just started the year. We're only just the first week into February.
It's February already, huh?
Yeah, we're already. Yeah, we've had some great guests. We have some awesome people coming on, but we got some other content we're going to bring on too. We have a friend that's going to be doing a steak challenge. He's going to eat a 72-ounce steak in an hour. 72-ounce steak, and so it's a challenge we have out here in Amarillo, Texas,
with chopsticks.
Yeah, yeah.
With all the fixings and a butter knife.
It comes with like a baked potato, like a big salad, a roll, shrimp cocktail.
He's got to use the fork and knife that come in the plastic package with the salt and pepper.
He's going to need somebody to keep feeding them to him.
He might be able to eat the whole thing because it would take him 6 hours. Like he's going to burn so much energy. He's going to just keep getting re-hungry.
Get the tomahawk.
That's going to be interesting to watch because, his name's Big Ant. He's a big guy. But I don't know, man. He said this is one of the things on his bucket list. So we're going to – he's a truck driver. He goes from drives from Texas to New York, and then from New York to LA and back to Texas.
All on that steak meal.
Yeah. He'll do it on that steak meal. But yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna do another double live like we did with Ashley. Nice. With Ashley Betcher. We're gonna do a double live. And then Pro's about to go out to a fight with JR Ridge.
Yeah. I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Pro, you leaving the nest.
I'm gonna go make fun of the guy who he beats up. I'm gonna go make fun of the loser. I'm gonna be like, so you got beat up today. How does that feel? And then I'm immediately gonna chicken out and run away because I ain't about that life. I ain't trying to be one of these prank YouTuber guys. They are. One of them's gonna get shot. They're fake because one of them would have got shot by now, for real.
Right?
No way.
Oh yeah. The whole scripted, this and that.
People get shot for cutting people off. There's no way someone's not getting shot over ruining people's like relationships and shit. That's hilarious.
So another thing too that we got going on is Pro is going to be doing a gaming challenge against Ashley Betcher from Mario Kart. We're setting that up. That's going to be fun.
Nice. I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and we got a lot of stuff coming up, man. So yes, I'm excited about this year. Things we're doing, and then the connections that we're making with people, and be able to bring in some of our friends that we've have got to meet for the past year and see what you guys are up to. It's been a lot of fun so far, man. It's been a fun ride.
I'm going to challenge Dylan Swan to a game of Duck Hunt. I know he's got an old Nintendo up there. What is it? Swan's Mercantile. My man's got an excellent shop. If you're ever up in Groveland, check it out.
Did he pay you for that plug?
Not yet. He's gonna.
Pack of cigarettes.
Nah, man, it's a nice little store he's got. I told him last time I was up there, man, this is the best place I've ever been. I always walk away. I always walk away with a box of ball cards. I'll go up there and buy up all his ball cards.
Like
autographs and stuff.
Get knocked in the face with some nostalgia.
Yeah, right.
Well, cool. So Kris, what are some of the things that you got currently coming up?
Well, like I said, I got Nefarious. I got the poker movie. That's really exciting roles. More of the avenue I want to gear towards, if you will. Again, shoot 'em up type roles, bang bang, bad guy. I guess. Where you can really, because that's what this is all about. It's about and in the middle of all of this and that, I'm trying to educate myself, on the craft of acting itself, and I watch TV different now. I'll sit in front of the TV. If you've ever been exposed to acting, you're going to sit down and watch TV different because you're learning from what they're doing. You're watching. Anyway, saying all that to say, I'm taking the time as well as working, going to the gym and trying to study the craft more too. But anyway, with the upcoming stuff, I'm really excited because again, it's more the avenue. Right. I'd like to begin to start typing a character, if you will.
Right. And do you have a leading role coming up?
Say again?
Do you have a leading role?
A leading? No, supporting roles.
That's funny. Okay.
However, I mean, Father Mullen from Surviving Jehovah is in fact a lead role.
Okay. Because Justin mentioned he thought that you might have a lead role coming up. So
I'll have to check my book. Actually, I do have. There's a lot of things I do, that I do have that I can't really talk about. So it all kind of jumbles sometimes.
Okay.
And any actor would understand.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is, while the projects are underway, everything's got to be kept under wraps. So that's understandable. So
yeah, it kind of runs together sometimes.
Right. So, well, man, congratulations on all the stuff that you've been able to accomplish this year, man.
And we're just getting started, fellas.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're only in February of the year, so I think there's going to be a lot of great things happen this year. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about I think we set a foundation last year, and then now I think that we're building on that foundation, and I think that things are just going to get bigger and better, and this thing's going to continue to expand. And our community is growing, which is always exciting to see. Every time I look, when we do these live shows, I see all these new faces, people coming in, and and I'm grateful that you guys, are finding a spot here and getting involved in our show and helping us grow. It's awesome. It's awesome to see our, how big our community is starting to get. So
I want to thank everybody. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Everybody in the industry that's looked out for the cookout, so to speak, helping me, get my foot in the door. And
Well, wait, I missed the cookout.
You missed the cookout. I'm trying to remember what we ate on set last time we were together. I can't even remember. I think about a pound of coffee. That's what it was.
Was it pizza day? Maybe we were there for pizza day.
I think it was pizza, in fact. And, there's probably people watching that were on that set, too. It was a good time.
Shout out pizza day, You can never have a bad pizza day, even if it's Florida pizza. It's just something. So I can't
always day after pizza, too. It's always pretty good, too. I remember back in the day waking up, mouth all dry from partying the night before and reaching over and grabbing a piece of pie and just
You never go wrong with pizza. So
never go wrong.
So Kris, if people are trying to follow you in your career, what's the best way for them to do that?
Probably, I mean, IMDb obviously will have all of the you know, the nuts and bolts of the projects that I'm, you know, the presentation of the projects. I share frequently on Facebook.
Right.
I might start doing some stuff with some TikTok or some IG. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, that's me coming out of my comfort zone. I mean, being on set and being on film is one thing, but kind of getting in, you know, talking myself into doing my own content. I'll get there. And when I do, it'll probably be crazy. Yeah, I'll get that villain guy going. Get, you know, and I'm waiting to get on set to be able to, you know, and then I would like to create some more content to showcase.
Awesome. Well, cool, man. Well, you know, thank you so much, brother, for being on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me again. It's good to see you guys doing what you're doing. I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah.
Keep doing it. You know, keep working at it. Keep plugging at it. Keep the vision alive. Parks, you got a good vision, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. And it means a lot, too. So, like I said, I see us growing this year. This is going to be, you know, we just keep getting larger as a community. And that's, you know, that's the ultimate goal, is for us to come in, network, you know, pull our resources together and help one another. That's the goal. That's the vision.
Parks will be in an encyclopedia hundreds of years from now. He'll be a founding member, a father. Yeah.
Well, cool, guys. All right. Well, you know, I want to thank everybody for being, you know, that joined us today. And, you know, like I said, you know, help us by, you know, make sure you guys comment, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share.
See you, pro.
Pro's
gone.
Don't know where you just dropped off to, but yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and share, because you know, this is you know, it's our goal to just keep expanding this thing. And you know, like I always tell you guys, remember, you guys are uniquely. Oh, hold on. There you are, pro.
There we go.
All right, I was just about to wrap it up, man. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, cool.
I just want to thank everybody again for joining the stream and all your comments. I'll go through and read. Appreciate you being here. You guys helped me make it happen.
Right. And you guys, our audience is awesome. You know, like I said, we have a great community out there. So, you know, until the next show, remember, you guys are uniquely designed with a purpose, and always keep moving forward. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.